This is the season where loss turns into leverage. The door that shut in your face was never a denial. It was a divine redirection. The people who walked away were not part of your destiny. They were merely part of your awakening. Their absence is not your downfall. It is the very ground where your true rise begins. Everything that was stripped from your life was never meant to define your future. You may have cried over what left you, but what's coming will silence every tear. The pain you felt was not punishment. It was the birth canal of transformation, and you are now stepping into the delivery of a destiny that was always yours. You were not abandoned. You were protected. Every exit was actually an escort, removing what could not remain in the environment of your elevation. There are places you are about to walk that cannot be contaminated by disloyalty, deception, or hidden agendas. There were people you believed were permanent fixtures, only to discover they were temporary instructors. They were never the treasure, only the test. Their role was not to bless you, but to reveal you to yourself, to expose your resilience, your integrity, and your spiritual strength. You may have thought you were losing everything, but what you were really losing was limitation. You were losing distractions. You were losing dead weight disguised as companionship. You were losing people who were comfortable with your struggle, but would not be able to handle your success. Let's be honest, some of the people you miss now wouldn't even clap for you if you won the lottery. They would either ask for a cut or call it luck. Their chapter is over, not because you failed, but because you outgrew the version of yourself they were assigned to. This is not a time of replacement. It is a time of divine upgrade. Everything that left your life cleared the runway for arrivals that carry destiny, honor, and abundance. The next connections coming into your life will be people of vision, loyalty, and integrity. Individuals who celebrate you publicly and support you privately. You are not stepping into more. You are stepping into better environments, better associations, better opportunities. Not quantity without quality, but quality and overflowing quantity. You are moving from survival mode into significance mode. You once tolerated inconsistency because you believed that was the best you could get, but your standards have now aligned with your calling. You are no longer chasing acceptance. You are attracting alignment. Each new person entering your life has been handpicked by the divine current guiding your steps. The universe has declared that your life will no longer be a reflection of your wounds, but of your worth. You didn't lose people. You lost illusions. You didn't lose relationships. You lost distractions. Every departure revealed what was authentic, and authenticity is now becoming the foundation of your breakthrough. This is the moment when the tables turn. What once broke you is now building you. The same places where you were overlooked will become the stages where you are celebrated. The same voices that dismissed you will become the witnesses to your rise. Isn't it funny how life shifts? One day you're grieving what walked away, and the next you realize it was the best thing that could have ever happened to you. Sometimes rejection is simply direction disguised as disappointment. You are entering a chapter where your tears will turn into testimonies. The emotional storms you endured were clearing the skies for a season of unfiltered clarity and elevation. Your life is becoming proof that loss is not the end. It is the evidence of preparation. Every delay was divine timing in disguise. Nothing was late. Everything was strategic. What you thought was taken from you is being returned multiplied. But this time, it will come with peace, honor, and permanence. Better people are coming. People who don't just tolerate your light but honor it. People who don't compete with you but collaborate with you. These are destiny partners, not distractions. They will not drain you but will elevate you. You are not going to recognize your life in a few months. The shift will be so profound that even your vocabulary will change. You will stop talking about what you lost and begin declaring what you've gained. Your environment will match your calling. This is the era of restoration. This is the turning point where pain and purpose intersect to create power. Your story is not ending with heartbreak. It is beginning with wholeness. Everything you thought was gone forever is returning renewed and magnified. You might want to keep tissues nearby, not for sadness, but for tears of shock when you see what's about to land in your life. You'll be asking, is this really happening? Yes, it is happening. And it's happening because you're ready. You remained faithful. You kept your heart pure. You stayed honorable when you could have turned cold. This next blessing isn't random. It's a response to your integrity, your endurance, and your refusal to settle for less than divine destiny. Your rise is certain. Your breakthrough is active. Your restoration has begun. If this message resonated with you, stay connected to this channel. Subscribe now, because this journey is just beginning, and your next chapter will be greater than every chapter that came before it. And now repeat this prayer with me. Dear God, I declare this is the appointed hour of divine replacement and supernatural elevation. Every area of loss is now being transformed into an arena of overflow. Every closed door that once caused disappointment is now replaced with gates of abundance, and every broken connection is being exchanged for relationships of honor, integrity, and destiny. I speak forth that all who have endured betrayal will now walk in circles of loyalty. Let every heart that experienced abandonment be flooded with divine companionship. Surround them with people who uplift, affirm, and protect their purpose. Let this season be the end of emotional instability and the beginning of unshakable peace. Every delay is now broken by divine acceleration. The path that once seemed slow and confusing is now made straight, illuminated, and cleared of obstacles. I declare that every waiting season has expired, and blessings that were once pending are now released without restriction. May every listener experience a divine upgrade in every area. Finances multiplied, health renewed, opportunities expanded. Let favor go ahead of them, work on their behalf, and draw them into environments where their gifts are celebrated and their presence is valued. Let every tear sown in pain now return as a harvest of joy. Every moment of suffering is now converted into power. I declare that no more cycles of disappointment will enter their lives. Only cycles of growth, wisdom, and destiny alignment shall proceed from this moment forward. I call in divine connections, people of influence, compassion, and strength who will assist in the fulfillment of purpose. Let them be surrounded by those who bring peace, not chaos, clarity, not confusion, growth, not regression. Every loss of the past is now a platform for elevation. I declare that restoration will not just meet expectations, it will exceed them, surpassing every doubt that ever whispered that it was over. From this moment forward, life will expand in ways that glorify the divine plan. Let doors open that were never available before. Let opportunities appear that were never considered possible. I declare supernatural acceleration in careers, businesses, family stability, and emotional healing. Everything broken is now made whole. Every negative word spoken against their destiny is canceled. Every spiritual barrier is dismantled. Every limitation is shattered. I declare they are stepping into a season where everything aligns for their good, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. This moment marks the beginning of a new life, a life of consistent elevation, divine favor, and unstoppable expansion. From this day forward, every listener will walk with confidence, knowing they are divinely chosen, endlessly supported, and destined for greatness. Restoration is here, and it is permanent. Amen.